Best KVM switches. Are you looking for the best KVM switches? In this video we will look at some of the best KVM switches on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out. Number 1. Best Basic 2PC KVM switch with 4 USB ports. This KVM has just the right amount of heft to make it feel high quality without being heavy, and a sturdy metal case. It also comes with 4 circular gel pads to stick underneath, providing a no-mar, no-slip base. It can switch between 2 PCs, and it includes 4 USBs for peripherals, making it the most USB-heavy of the 2 PC KVMs we tested. The major con is the lack of remote, meaning you can switch between PCs only through a button on the device. As a result, you would need to have the KVM chassis situated somewhere easy to access. That might create some clutter in your work area, especially factoring in the 2 input cables per computer, HDMI, USB-B, cords and a monitor. This little box could have up to 9 cords jutting out on both sides for you to wrangle. Also, the USB 2.0 nature of the USB ports is fine for connected peripherals like a keyboard, mouse, or printer, but we wouldn't use these ports for external storage, especially portable drive. Number 2. Best Basic 2 PC KVM with a wired remote. This affordable KVM offers a bit more value than the GreathTech, since it comes with a wired remote. That means you can put the KVM out of sight, as long as it's still close enough for the remote's cable run. But it has only 3 USBs for peripherals, in case you needed the GreathTech's 4th. The included computer to KVM cords are multi-headed, with an HDMI on one side that plugs into the KVM. With just 1 cord per PC, this keeps the KVM area less cluttered. The other end of that same cord breaks into 2 parts to plug into the PC. An HDMI for the PC's video out, with an additional USB cord attached. Number 3. Best 2 PC KVM for fast switch times. For an extra $35. This KVM has a more attractive look and feel, with input cables that are permanently fixed to the KVM. This makes setup easier, and in the long run it should reduce the chance of a loose or accidentally detached connection that impedes audio or visual quality, or breaks the switching scheme. Who wants to dig in wires behind a desk to diagnose that? It also had the fastest switching time of any KVM we tested, at just over 2 seconds. On the downside, the Eogia has just 2 USB ports, whereas the other KVMs we tested all had 3 or more. If you plan on connecting only a keyboard and mouse, this is fine. Another con is the lack of physical switching options. It comes, which feels a little limiting given the price. Number 4. Best 2 PC KVM switch with extra long cables. This KVM from Eogia has the same core features as the previous one. Wired remote, 2 USB ports, and permanently attached input cables. Beyond that, the standout feature is superior video and sound quality, hence the higher price. For video, it provides support for up to 4096 by 2160 at 60 Hz, whereas the previous Eogia KVM supports 1920 by 1080 at 60 Hz. This model has audio and microphone specific input cabling, and it was the only KVM we tested that had them. While the computer audio came through in our testing without attaching the audio-specific cable, with the audio signal traveling over like all the other KVMs. If you have particular line-level audio or microphone needs, this would be the kind of KVM to go with. Just make sure to check your PCs have the ports necessary to plug in. The desktop mini PCs we tested with, for example, did not have discrete audio jacks, expecting the audio signal to travel over HDMI. Number 5. Best Basic for PC KVM with wired remote. This KVM is a high-value budget option that supports 4 PCs and even comes with a wired remote. Interestingly, it came in the very same packaging as the JOD 2 PC KVM. The only difference was the brand name on the package and the fact that it supports 4 PCs instead of 2. All signs point to the same manufacturer. It even has the same cords as the JOD, blue tips with HDMI on one side and HDMI/USB connectors on the other. This KVM is also incredibly light, like the JOD, which tends to suggest cheap construction rather than a beneficial feature. But you get what you pay for, and if these details don't bother you. Number 6. Best Basic for PC KVM switch with wireless remote. If you're looking for a 4-PC capable KVM switch and choosing between this one and that KVM, the biggest difference is that this one has 4 USB ports for peripherals instead of that KVM 3. That's a lot of additional value for only a few extra dollars. Also, this model has a wireless remote compared to the KVM's wired remote, meaning more flexibility and one less cable to fuss with. Your desk could be completely decluttered, KVM out of sight, out of mind, with only the wireless remote in view. Given the price, the remote, the number of supported PCs, and the